What's up, you guys, man? This is Pod When I Want to Pod podcast, man. We are back with another episode, you guys. I appreciate the love and support. It's the Portal Prospect, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell so you get notified every time I drop a vid, you guys. Super Bowl. The most watched Super Bowl. They said it's the most watched television show of all time. Over 200 million viewers. Some Swifties, of course. We had an amazing finish to this game. Started out shanky. It was real shanky. Wasn't a lot of points being scored. San Fran took the early lead, 10-zip. And Patty Mahomes said, oh, we're down by 10 now. Strapped in. GOAT time. Wow. And it's a lot of stuff we're gonna get into today because there's a lot of little stuff that happened during the game that it don't sit right with me, and we gotta draw some light to it. Number one, Kyle Shanahan. What's up? What's up, Kyle? Your team wasn't prepared for overtime? You received the ball first in overtime against Patrick Mahomes? Come on. You're smarter than that. The thing about Kyle Shanahan is, you know how everybody's so ready that calls him a great coach or a good coach? I say he's a good offensive mind. To me, coaching comes down to the little details, and he is not down packed with those. That's why he can't win a Super Bowl. It's the small details. It's the little details. It's the little decisions. It's the little moments in games where we have to pull the team together. Kyle Shanahan is an amazing offensive mind. Do not get me wrong when I say that. He is. That's what he is. As far as a coach, I don't consider him that. He's not his dad. You know? He's not his dad. His dad was a great coach. You wanna know why? Because his dad was all about the small detail. That's how you win. It's all about the small detail in the Super Bowl. I don't know if y'all noticed something, but I noticed something really early with San Francisco D-line. They were getting after it. But another thing, that's why football, just life in general, is all about perspective. How you look at it. Man, they getting after it. They getting downhill. They're getting downhill. They're getting downhill. And then you realize, see, they so aggressive that on a 4th and 1, when Mahomes tucked it in, Nick Bosa took himself right out the play. I'm going to go right around. Bink. Did that several times. Several times where Nick Bosa overran the play. He played a phenomenal game. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying what Mahomes and them started doing was using their aggression against them. They started blitzing. Mahomes said, hey, see Rice. Run a flat route. Right across. Wide open, 14 yards. On a big 3rd down. So it's one of those things where Mahomes was very timely in this game. It was a lot of intense moments on the Chiefs sideline. I seen the Travis Kelce thing. I didn't like it. All right, come on, man. Come on, pull it together. Y'all still in this game. Y'all still in it. That's how I felt. But I understand the frustration. Travis Kelce had 1 catch, 1 yard in the first half. Inexcusable. It's not like when Tyreek was here and you had Tyreek Hill, it's another guy. No, Travis is the weapon. He is Weapon X. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand the frustration. It's the bumping it's just too much. You know? I can feel a man being intense without doing what Travis Kelce did. caught Andy Reid off guard, almost knocked him down. But what happens is when you win, it don't even matter no more. So that's how it's being looked upon. People wonder why it's not gaining no traction as far as what happened is because they won the game. Nobody cares. Good job. If that's what it took to win the Super Bowl, good job. Because he got 8 catches for 92 yards in the second half. He went off. And so if that's what it took for him to get the ball, okay. Christian McCaffrey fumbled the ball, which was shot. But you know the weird part about Christian McCaffrey this year specifically I've been watching? He has had some fumbles. He's definitely had some fumbles where it's like they just ripping. And I don't understand, you know what I understand? And the Pacheco fumble too. But I don't understand about these running backs. Why when you get around traffic don't you put 2 hands on the ball? Why is it just 1 hand on the ball like this? What's up with that? What's up with that? That has to, you literally cannot be in traffic and have 1 hand on the ball, man. That's not, that don't work that way. This is football. You get in traffic, you gotta tuck it, man. And then, I mean, listen, let me tell you this. Let me give a shout out to the referees. They actually called a phenomenal game. I'm gonna give them credit. I won a couple calls, like just a couple calls, of course, every game where I'm like, okay, that could have been called. But overall, I wasn't screaming at TV all game to do that. This is a really good, shout out to the NFL. They got a really good crew. This should be the crew for every Super Bowl, every time. I like this crew that they had. Patty Mahomes, man. Let's get to the main course. No, wait, hold on. Before we get to Patty, I got you, Patty. Brock Purdy, let me give you a shout out, man. Give you a shout out, man. Your first Super Bowl, you equated yourself really well. You did what you needed to do. That is literally, everybody's taking this definition of a game manager as disrespectful, and it's not. It's not. It's not a disrespectful term. Game manager means that you do what is required to win the game. What is required to not lose the game. Let me say that. That's what a game manager is. When you become an elite game manager on a Tom Brady level, on a Patrick Mahomes level now, when you get to that, elite game manager is a skill now. That's when it becomes a skill. Brock Purdy's not at that skill yet. Maybe he will develop into an elite game manager. When you become an elite game manager means whatever the situation needs is what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going against Mahomes. We'll take Mahomes for example. Oh, I'm going against Baltimore. This ain't going to be no shootout. Because I can tell our defense is holding up against Lamar. All right, so in the second half, let me just make sure I don't throw no picks, don't turn the ball over because they can't beat us if we don't do that. Whatever the game needs. Oh, okay, I'm going against the Bills. I got to put up some points today. Okay, let's go. Beep. Whatever it takes. If it needs to be a shootout game, get in the shootout game. If it needs to be a game where I don't need to turn the ball over, manage it, and get just enough points to win the game, that is an elite skill. Whatever the game requires, that's what Mahomes is doing. I do not think Brock Purdy's at that level yet. Brock Purdy is a game manager. His job is to not crash the Ferrari. He has a Ferrari. Do you see the team? They are loaded. That is a Ferrari. You are not supposed to crash the Ferrari. You can't. You cannot crash the Ferrari. That is the job of a game manager because of the elite talent that is surrounding him. So that's what Cam Newton was saying. Y'all took game manager as a bad term, and it's not. It's not. It means he fits what they're doing, and he's working it to the apex of that, and he ain't crashing a car. There's so many weapons, he ain't crashing a car. You feel what I'm saying? So you have that going on, and then I feel like that defense for Kansas City, shout out to them, man. They showed up. They showed up and showed out. They showed up and showed out. They showed why they've been the top 3 defense in the league all year. Chris Jones was balling. Shout out to Trent McDuffie. Straight dog, all pro. Straight dogs, man. Straight dogs. Shout out to them, man. And Patty Mahomes. Patty Mahomes is him. When we know players like, I'm him. No, you're not. Patty Mahomes is him. Super Bowl MVP. Whatever the game needed and what was required, he did. That's what I'm talking about when I mean elite game manager. You're so good of a player to where now you can really dictate whether you need to go for it, or is this going to be just a game where I might just need 24. I might just need 20 points. I might not need a bunch of that, and I don't need to turn the ball over. And when you get elite at that skill, that's when it's an elite skill. That's when it's an elite skill. Patty Mahomes was the MVP of the Super Bowl. Balled out. Threw the game-winning touchdown to Mecole Hardman. Same play they ran last year against Philly. Crazy. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody said they're coming back for the 3-peat. So I'm wondering, y'all, do they complete the 3-peat? What you think? Because I think, I do think they can complete the 3-peat. It's just Chris Jones got to come back. If they're going to resign Chris Jones, I think they can do it. If they don't, I'm not saying they can't. It's going to be tougher. You got to have Chris Jones. He's a game wrecker. So they're going to talk. Hopefully they can come to some conclusion and everything like that, and they come to a reasonable number, and yeah. So coming up on the show, as you guys know, end of the regular season, we will be diving into basketball more, as you guys know, for the show. We'll be talking about that more now. Getting into different topics for that. And also, we have our road to the draft. That is a new segment that we'll be doing on here called Road to the Draft, where we'll be breaking down film study of some of the top plays, some of the top players in the country, breaking them down and seeing how they really work and how it goes. First up, Thursday. Y'all paying attention? Thursday, we are doing a film study on Thursday for the top 5 quarterbacks in college. Top 5, matter of fact, top 6, because we got to add J.J. McCarthy to it, because you know he's he's a part of this. He'll be a part of this. You know, he's one of the first rounders. Probably be a first rounder. So we'll go ahead and do that, man. It's been a long journey, man, for the all year, man. And I appreciate the love and support. And continue to grind and continue to do what you've been doing. And I will see you soon. This is the Portal Prospect. And this is Pod When I Want to Pod podcast. Alrighty, guys. Until next time.